Wait, mate. Any idea how we beat Bayern Munich? Yeah, see, I thought of that as well, but turns out that's illegal. Yeah. All right, well, maybe I'll just bake them a lasagna. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome back to Queen of the South. It is Season 8, Episode 9 today. That is the return of European football. We will be hosting St Johnstone in the league before hosting Bayern Munich in the first round of the first knockout round. The first knockout round of the Champions League. And what could possibly go wrong there? Now, I thought I'd catch you up on the dynamics of the team. It's not going too bad. You can see we've got a few players here that we've promised football to. I'll show you that in a second. Everything is absolutely fine and on track with that. The hierarchy, again, we've got most of the players that matter, supporters. No one actively is against us, just a couple of the younger players that aren't really influential in the dressing room that have not really come on board yet completely. And the social groups, well, they are coming together nicely as well. So generally speaking, everything is on the up and up. And I said I'd show you the promises. You can see there, everybody is happy with their playing time. It seems to happen every season, sort of December, January, just having to rotate players that people get upset. But we've got everything back on track, and in a month or less time, those promises should have been fulfilled, and everybody will be happy again. Now, there are 2 games to catch you up on since last episode, so let's go and do that. The first one in the league was against Motherwell. Now, of course, last episode was a bit of a disaster. No goals, no points. So did we get 1 point? Then we got 1 point. So let's hope we could rebound against Motherwell. We fell behind in the first half, but Ayanu pulled us level. So, more dropped points in this one. We had to rotate. We saw last episode we had tied players. Ianu came off the bench, his first goal for the club. That got us a point. We were rescued here because Rangers also dropped points. They only drew with St Johnstone, who of course we're playing in the first game today. But we had the chances to win this one. We just had a situation of poor finishing, and yeah, it is what it is. It's done now. No point crying about it. Next up, it was a Scottish Cup game. We had Kilmarnock in the next round. Championship team. Let's see what we could do there. Duque crossed for Damien Ormark to get his first goal for the club. Varela found Duque's run to make it 2-0. Before Ormark crossed for Duque to seal the tie. So, as you would hope, we were just far too strong for a championship team. Duque at the double. Allmark had a really, really good game. You can see there, he absolutely smashed them. There was never a doubt at all here. Have a look at Allmark, see how he's developing. He's a little bit, I don't quite understand why sometimes there's the red going down, because he has been developing fine. We're giving him a little bit more game time now where we can, and hopefully he'll continue to develop for us. We haven't been able to find him anywhere to go out on loan this season, which is a little bit of a shame, but like I say, as long as we keep giving him game time, this goes up and down like nobody's business. So there we go. That is that. Now a quick look at what all this means for the league table. We are still 2 points behind Rangers after last episode's disaster. And Celtic, they're only 8 points back, which is a big enough gap, but it can disappear quite quickly. So St Johnstone, who we played today, are down there in 9th. You'd like to think we could beat them. Then, of course, it's Bayern Munich. And it's St Johnstone again in the Cup, in the quarterfinals of the Scottish Cup. So hopefully we'll be able to warm up against them here and then properly batter them when we play them in the Cup. Let's have a look now and see what we are doing against St Johnstone. And you can see we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation out of them. And this is the team that we're sending out. Now we are favouring the European tie, as you would expect. And I'm just looking here at Gilchrist with a heavy match load. We'll see how he's getting on. So it's going to be Burstick in goal. He is back fit. Witham, Walker, Ianu, and Gilchrist as the back four. Razayev and Bayliss in midfield. Do I want Bayliss in midfield? Maybe we want Bayliss for Europe. And we go with Glamorak in this one. So we put Bruno in there. Johnston, Ibarra, and McLean, who is back fit as well. It's going to be Clockerty going up top, hopefully. He played well against Kilmarnock. So was it Kilmarnock or was it Motherwell? One of them he played well against. Let's hope he does the same here. All right, so we can see the team sheets here. There's a Rooney, there's a Jaskalainen. Leighton Clarkson has scored against us. I think he won from the penalty spot, didn't he, last time out? Greg Taylor is playing for them as well. Left back, isn't he, Greg Taylor? All right, what do you want to say to this? So Johnstone are 9th in the form table. We're 5th. Let's make that count today. I can get on board with that. Fist pump, make me proud. And please, no more banana skins. All right, and let's get this show on the road. Yeah, now St Johnstone did save our blushes against Motherwell by drawing Rangers, because that would have been a very difficult, you know, I guess that's up to sort of 4 or 5 points, where we're outside of what we can do ourselves, more or less. So, yeah, we're just on the precipice of a blip, I think. So hopefully we can take a step back from that here and just get ourselves back under control. I do think fatigue in players has played a part in it, just because we do play sort of such high tempo. I think that when the players are tired, it really does show that they're tired. It does really actually affect our performances. So hopefully that's not going to be the case here. Here we go with someone in the comments called him Glamrock, Bruno, and now I think we are going to have to call him Glamrock. There it is there, Bruno. Good ball forward for Johnson. Eddie Johnson, it's a penalty. Too quick, too good. I think he was probably about to run the ball out of play, but that's all right. Ibarra to take the penalty. Has he taken the penalty for us before? Ibarra, he tucks it away. And early doors, we take a 1-0 lead. That is what we needed. He's 5th of the season for Ibarra. And hopefully that's one of those now that can settle the nerves, and we can go on and make sure we get a good result here. I'm still trying to decide exactly how I want to approach the Bayern Munich game. I like to put pressure on teams, you know, like sort of press them high up the pitch. But I am wondering if maybe just being compact and trying to sit back. We've played before Rangers, so don't get too excited about that, unfortunately. Yeah, so I don't know if maybe sitting back and trying to frustrate them, if that is maybe the better way to go. We'll get more scouting reports on the game. I'll see more after this one. So I'll have a proper game plan, hopefully one that will work when we come to the second game. But yeah, we just need to find a way to sort of overachieve a little bit. And you could argue, you know, getting into the knockout rounds of Europe, we are overachieving a little bit, but we need to overachieve more. There's Bruno for Clockety. Oh, it's taken off his toe. And we'll go again. No pressure on Walker whatsoever. And let's see what we can do here. Ibarra to Bruno. Forward there for McLean. It's good to have him back, isn't it? Clockety. Clockety bends one, and it is just wide. A second goal would be useful here, wouldn't it? With him to take a throw. He's got options. He goes for McLean. Back to Witham. To Ibarra, sorry. To Witham again on the overlap. There's a good ball into the middle. It's McLean on the header. I think it Clockety's shot. Deflected off a defender, set up perfectly for McLean, and it is now 2-0 as he comes back from injury with a goal. That's why he's playing this one. I didn't want to have a player playing against Bayern Munich who wasn't match sharp, so we'll play Johnny Angus out there. Yeah, just might have even been McLean's initial flick header, was it? It sort of just looped up off the defender. Either way, it's in the back of the net. It's 2-0. And hopefully, as I say, we can go on with this now and have a nice, comfortable win. And this is more or less a second 11 as well. Bursik obviously is the first choice goalkeeper. McLean, if he's fit and sharp, would be in the first choice team. But that's about it. There's a couple of others there that are right on the edge. Bruno and Walker, for example. There's another one there I was looking at, Ibarra. So it's not a bad team, but this is what we want from our second string, isn't it? I've said it before, they need to be able to go into games like this and win comfortably. Johnson's another one, not far off being a first choice player. There's a good cross in for Clockety! And he's just put his head up past the post. But 2-0 at the break, it's been fairly comfortable, I think we could say. We want to make sure that we don't let our performance levels drop. Got faith in you. And we'll just get back out there. No need to change anything at this point. The only thing we might look to do is, I wonder if we look to rest some legs of players who could be useful. to have around in a European tie. We go here. McLean gets it back to Razayev, but he stood there and watched it and lost out. Let's see what becomes of this. 2-0. We don't want to obviously count chickens just yet. We'll wait and see how this plays out. At 3-0, I'd feel more comfortable, but I'm not going to make any sort of resting subs until we're at least 3-0 up. Ianu to Walker. Walker gets it wide for Witham. McLean. Bruno back to Witham. Good ball for Clockerty. Clockerty's in. Can Clockerty find the back of the net? Oh, no. Clockerty does not have his goal-scoring boots on today. Another highlight. Just before the hour mark, Johnstone wins the header down to Clockerty. Yeah, I'm tempted to say it's not his half. Come on, Chris. Long ball forward. Ianu brings it down nicely. To Gilchrist, to Razayev. It's there for Johnson. Can Johnson thread a pass? He can. Clockerty is just giving the ball away like it's nobody's business. But again, we pick it up. Ibarra to Johnson. Oh, it would have been a stunning strike on the volley. But it's cleared in the touch, and that will probably be that for the highlight. Yes, it is. It's been a really good... We're actually underperforming our XG right now, so that's always frustrating, isn't it? All right, what we might do... I think McLean might be a useful player to have available for Europe, so we'll bring on Turpey to play out there. And I think oh, that's a Clockerty pass. McLean now with some space to run into. We've got Johnson on the far side if he can find him. He goes past one. Still Johnson's there. Clockerty's in the middle as well. I suggest we don't use him at the moment. Oh, there's a header, and it is just over. So the change is made. Let's take Razayev off for Davenport, who is just that little bit more rounded, let's say, as a defensive midfielder. Gilchrist is looking tired, but he's fine. And as the clock winds down, it's a much better performance. It could have been 5 or 6, let's be honest. XG says it should have been 3. Ianu over a free kick, and if your centre-back is scoring one of those, then it is your day. Though technically we saw him as a right-back, even though he's playing centre-back today. Johnson with the corner. It's in the middle. Walker can't quite get his head to it. Ibarra picks it up. Back to Johnson. Was he onside? I'm not sure he was, but it hasn't stopped. It's there for Bruno. For Davenport. Davenport! Oh, that would have been a stunner. And still we come back. Goal kick. We should win that. We do. Bruno brings it down on the chest. Turpey for Clockerty. Is it 16th time a charm? No. Dear oh dear, how many chances has Clockerty had today to get himself on the score sheet? But there we go. 3 points in the bag. That was what we wanted. The XG, look at that. It's like a travelator up to heaven. And a good win for us, boys. Let's hope we can back that up in Europe now. So you can see the other results that have taken place, but Rangers obviously are not one of those. So Queen of the South go top, McLean puts on a show, and guys, wait right there, the show will continue as we host Bayern Munich. Okay, welcome back. We are getting ready to host Bayern Munich in the first leg here. Let's have a look and see what we're expecting from them. It is a 4-2-3-1, the same sort of formation that we just faced from St Johnstone, though I suspect maybe played slightly better. And this is a team we're sending out. It is Bursic in goal, Varela, Leshy, Bernard, and Ayrton as a back four, Mashagi and Bayless in midfield. It's Duque, Bermudez, Angus, and Ong. Now we are, what are we doing here? This one here. We are going to be sitting back a little bit deeper, a little bit more compact, just trying to make life difficult for them. As I say, I typically like to try and put pressure on teams, but I just think if we do that, there is a very good chance we get opened up and ripped to pieces. So we're going to try this first. We are still going to attack them, obviously. Maybe we should just be positive. Let's be a little bit sensible here. And, yeah, everybody's match load is relatively good. Well, very good. So let's hope that Ong returns to form and we cause a shock. All right, so we can see the team sheet there. A few Arsenal players in Smith Rowe and Martinelli are there. I think we've played them once or twice before, haven't we, Bayern Munich? And there seem to be a few Arsenal players there for some reason. Let's ignore the praise. There's no pressure on us. Go out there and have some fun. Pump our fists. And yeah, I mean, I think it's still a bit soon for us to expect to beat someone like Bayern. Yeah, they are still a much bigger club than we are. But you know, if we can make life, what I would like to do is give someone a scare, give a team like this a scare. I think that's the best we can realistically hope for right now, and then down the line turn those scares into shocks. But we'll see what happens here. Now, of course, last episode we left off. There was a couple of hours left in the transfer window, as you have probably figured at this point. We didn't sign anybody. I think this summer I definitely want to try, and I know there was comments to this point, try and improve the defence. I've gone with Bernard and Leshy here because they're the two that have the best positioning. So 15, and Leshy, I can tell you, unless it's changed, is 16. So that's why I've gone with those two at the back. Yeah, hopefully that works for us. We've got a ball in and the goalkeeper claims it. But yeah, I do think we need to try and find the best possible centre-back. I think Leshy is possibly the best centre-back we're going to be able to sign for the foreseeable. Again, before we signed him, he was in the top 50 wonder kids in the game. So he is legitimately good. Oh, I thought Ayrton might be able to get to that. Oh, Duque, is there a chance to pounce? Not quite. We are maybe causing them a little bit of stress here. Bit of an aimless ball forward to Smith Rowe's feet. But luckily, Bursic makes the save. And we've got a corner to defend now. Oh, and it is away by Ayrton. And that it will go out for a throw. But again, a reminder that I don't use the player search function. My scouts have to find players for me, so it's not as simple as, and this is the reason why I do it, it's not as simple as just being able to search in player search and sort of find the sort of player I'm looking for. And typically we need to, there's a good ball forward for Ong. Reverse ball for Bermudez. We've got Duque and Ong in the area. Can we get a lead? A shock lead? No, it's a terrible pass from Bermudez. And here come Bayern Munich. They just lump it clear. Varela picks it up. Forward there for Johnny Angus. And we go again here. Mashagi goes back to Leshy. Leshy. Oh, it's a good ball for Varela out wide. Oh, Varela can't bring it under control though. And it's another just long ball over the top. And, oh, go away. That doesn't deserve a goal. It's 1-0. Well, that's enough to break your heart, isn't it? I'd like to see how close it was to offside. It's a good finish. But well, we're not going to see how close it was to offside. And that just sucks the life out of you a little bit, doesn't it? Angus with a free kick. It's a decent one for Duque. Duque's gone down. Is it going to be a penalty? Surely it is. And we might have a chance to very, very quickly tie things up here. Who's going to take it? Possibly Bermudez. I think it's Johnny Angus. Come on, Johnny. Please, please, Johnny Angus. We need this. Johnny Angus. Oh, he sends the keeper the wrong way. And Queen of the South won. Bayern Munich won. A 12th of the season for Johnny Angus. And, well, we've pegged them back. With no goalkeeper went very early, didn't he? With no away goals, this is an absolutely fine scoreline. We'll take this. We just need to be in the game when we get to their place and try and give them a fright. I mean, the goal they scored was a glorified long ball, wasn't it? Can we get to half-time? I mean, we can get the half-time. Can we get the half-time at 1-1? Looks like we can, and we do. All right, so, I mean, XG is going to be massively benefited by that penalty, but we've outplayed them there. All right, I'm going to say, let's just go with no pressure again. Still no pressure here. And, yeah, I mean, they did create chances. Let's not pretend they didn't, but for the most part, they were sort of longer balls forward. which makes me wonder if what we actually want to do is drop that line back even further. But I hate doing that. I hate just sitting back waiting to be beaten. Where I feel like right now what we're doing is frustrating, but I feel like if we drop the line back even lower, then I feel like you're just sitting back waiting to be beaten. But that's probably just semantics, isn't it? Maybe the way forward is for me to lose my pride and just admit that we can't attack everybody. But this second half is ticking by. If we could get a little bit of luck at some point here and maybe go and get a goal, you know what we might do? Bruno for Bayless, who's not having his best game. And McLean for Angus, who's on a booking. And we can go back to the inverted winger then as well. So, confirm change. Encourage, 10 minutes to go. Is there anything in this game for us? I'll take 1-1 back to Germany. That's absolutely fine. You do fear a little bit that you get to their place and it might be very, very intimidating. But this is looking as though it's going to be a draw at home to Bayern Munich. Well, well, well. That is a result we can hang our hats on, I think, isn't it? Very, very pleased with that. And, yeah, excellent, excellent stuff. That really was just exactly what I wanted to do. So, youthful Queen of the South draw with Bayern Munich. We're made life difficult for them. We're going to get them back to the Allianz, and we're going to have a chance. So that is all we can ask for at this stage. But there we go. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. We'll be back next time. Now, unfortunately, this Scottish Cup quarter-final has come at exactly when I didn't really want it to in terms of scheduling an episode. So I think what we might do is park Europe for an episode, because Rangers away is a massive, massive game when it comes to the league. And what I don't have right now, because I was away this weekend and I didn't get pre-recording done, is I don't have time to record and sort of play through a game while I'm recording. So what I might do, and apologies for that, otherwise that is what I would do. But what we might do then is we'll come back for Ross County and Rangers. That is a league episode. Then we'll come back after that for St Johnstone and Bayern Munich. And that will be... we're a chance, aren't we? Let me know what you think. It's going to be obviously tough. It's going to be very, very tough. But we've given ourselves a chance. So hopefully we can, as I say, just give them a fright, if nothing else. But before that, it is Rangers away. And that is, if we lose that, we could be talking title over. But if we can not lose it, then we are still very much in a title race. Take care.